And here we are with the Los Angeles Rams franchise. Get into the first play here from scrimmage. After that kick return of a good little bit of yards, we're at the 32-yard line. And we do have Casey Keenum. Wait, no, I think we're back to Todd Gurley. No, it's Casey Keenum. Back at our quarterback. Not Todd Gurley. I think it's the other guy. But Casey Keenum, yes. We're back at Casey Keenum as quarterback because he was the better quarterback of the two. He proved that in our two first matches. And here is the Rams offensive line. Isaiah Battle at left tackle. Todd Gurley, Trey Mason, Tyler Higbee, Tavon Austin, Kenny Britt at wide receivers. Here we are. 2nd and 23. A nice pass out to Kenny Britt. And it goes out to 3rd and 6. His 3rd reception on the day. So far, Casey Keenum's going at 7 yards per pass attempt. And it is 3rd down. And getting it out to Tavon Austin, who reaches forward, fights for yards, and gets the 1st down. Casey Keenum is now 5 for 6. From line of scrimmage, it is play action. No one's open. He can't find anyone open. He tries to throw the ball away, but the defense gets there, and it turns out to be a sack and fumble. And they get the ball. After they get the ball, they drive down the field, and now 30 yards from the end zone. It's the green zone, not the red zone. It's the green zone, and they score on the first try. Wide open down the middle. The deep safety was not in place, and they score. Now, Casey Keenum taking snap from under center. Todd Gurley goes, rushes for yards. Todd Gurley is a great halfback, just he's behind a less than stellar line. Now let's look at the Seahawks defense. Reed, Clark, Averill, Bobby Wagner, AJ Hawk, KJ Wright. There's a lot of J's here. And then the Legion of Boom, Cam Chancellor, Richard Sherman, and Earl Thomas. We are forced to punt it away after going 3. No! It is a fake that works. And we get the ball at the 39-yard line. Now going for another pass after that. And he goes up. Casey Keenum with a little bad pass. He didn't lead him. He just threw the ball up. And he gets knocked out of the air. Jared Goff, that's the other quarterback. Picked first round by the Rams. Now Casey Keenum throwing the ball out to Tavon Austin. He's taking it down the field. Goes for a juke. But there's 4 people there. He can't juke out all of them. But he does get the 1st down. You see the coach right there, Darius Sanders, cheering his team on. Currently 0-2 or 1-1. And Casey Keenum takes off and actually slides for a 1st down. They do hold us right there, and we are forced to kick it away. And the kick misses. About 20, not even 20 yards away, and he misses it. Our kicker, he has to try to get that back. He has to get that one back in this game, or he might get cut. Now 3rd and 1, and they have a wide open receiver on the left side. A wide open receiver. It was 3rd and 1. They had to hold him, and they do not. And actually, it turns out to be a touchdown instead of a 1st down. I would have preferred a 1st down. Anybody would have preferred a 1st down in that situation, but instead, it's a touchdown. Now 3rd and 23 after a few sacks. Higbee gets the ball, brings it out, and now from way farther than that other kick, the kicker trying to get his respect back from his teammates, and he does not. The kick had the distance but does not have the accuracy, and he missed another kick. Now 3rd and 4 after both teams go 3 and out a few times. And Todd Gurley taking off down the sideline. Gets the first down and a lot more. 31 yards. Casey Keenum is now 12 for 17 passing. He's been had a good passing day, just the defense hasn't been able to keep up. And the offensive line definitely hasn't been able to keep up. And it's picked. Richard Sherman, you don't test Richard Sherman deep. A deep pass right there. His 3rd interception on the season. And now we stop them, they stop us. We stop them, and it's back. It's back to back. The defense is having a better day than the offense. The defense is having a good day, but if they have like 17 possessions and they only score on 2 of them, that's good for you. And there's a giant hit by the big man up the middle, Alec Ogletree, that knocks the ball loose. Like, if they have 17 possessions because their offense couldn't produce, then of course we're going to be at a big deficit. They only scored on 2 of them, though. They had a lot more possessions than us, actually. And there goes halftime. This is the halftime report right here. We see all the good things that both teams have done, actually. Well, actually, no, it was mostly Seahawks because they've done more good things than us. We have more passing yards than them. They have more of everything else than us. They've scored more rushing yards, more average yards per play. Here's Casey Keenum getting sacked. The sack fumble earlier in the evening. Another Seahawks play. That big wide open down the middle. He was wide open. Number 31 wasn't there in time. And here's the play action that they did that left a man on the left side wide open. And they have the possession coming into the second half. Let's see if the defense can hold them. And a run up the middle by Thomas Rawls goes nowhere. And you can see that today he's had 47 rushing yards out of 13 attempts, which is good. Not great. It's average. And Thomas Rawls looking to make that better, but he does not. He goes nowhere again. 14 rushes for 54 yards on the day. Now 3rd and 5. Alec Ogletree trying to blitz, and the blitz almost gets there, but a little too late, and they get it out to the 42-yard line. First down. We're trying to build up a little momentum for the Rams. The Rams were a good team. They were one of the best teams, actually, in the NFL in the days of old, but those days have passed. Seriously, it's too many late draft picks, you know? They were so good they had late draft picks, and once you have too many late draft picks, then your team can't really there's not that good of depth late in the draft. And Alec Ogletree again, plugging up that hole in the middle, doing a big hit this time. Thomas Rawls does not fumble, however, which is unfortunate for the Rams. They keep going to this run game, keep pounding it. And our run defense is the worst defense we have. Our pass defense is average, but our run defense isn't that good. The only good run defender we have is Alec Ogletree, number 26 over there. The D-line shifts, expecting a run to the left side, and the ball is knocked away on 3rd down. We get the ball because they have to punt it away. Here goes the punt. It's a deep punt and it's going into the end zone. No, they're going to call it out at the 2. At the 2-yard line. And this is dangerous for the Rams. Pinned deep. Todd Gurley gets a good push, but only goes for 1 yard. This time, instead of going up the middle, he's going to go to the left side. There's a wide open hole, but the line only holds for a half a second. so Todd Gurley can go nowhere. Now one last play to try to get out of the end zone, out of the back of the end zone. It is a play action, and he has to get this ball away. It's a nice pass, only if Tyler Higbee holds on, and he does not. And they're forced to punt out of the back of their end zone. He's lined up 10 yards deep in his own end zone, and kicks it away. Almost gets a running into the kicker call, but does not. And he lets it go. And the ball is dead inside the 20 from... That is a amazing punt right there. Over 80 yards. Because he started from his own end zone. Inside his own end zone. So that was 50 plus 60 plus 10. So about 80. Well, 50 plus 20 plus 10. So about 80 yards. And they do not get anywhere on first down. They actually get negative yards. It's 2nd and 11 now. The defense is moving around a lot. Trying to confuse the offense. And those routes are killing us, have been killing us all day. Those short curls have been killing us all day. Our secondary needs to learn how to accommodate for that, because some of those curls are the easiest ones to pick. If you pick those at the right moment, you get those at the right moment. And now Russell Wilson takes off down the sideline. The 30, the 20, jukes out somebody, and the ball is loose, but it's out of bounds. A bad stroke of luck for the Rams, and they're forced to kick the field goal. And there goes Casey Keenum trying to outrun the defenders. Outruns one, but does not outrun the second one. And is down 4th and 26. They have to punt it away here. Number 6 back to punt. And a nice punt that goes into the end zone though. And they bring it out to the 20. Now, 1st and 10 after the punt. They're just draining a little clock here, and they hike the ball and only get out to the 26-yard line. It is a 2nd and 4 situation. That is the Titans' first reception for the day. They've been keeping them locked down a little. And keeping them locked down all day. And up the middle, Alec Ogletree teams up with his other linebacker, and they stopped them, actually. They stopped them. They did not get the first down. And they go for a draw play that does not work out. And finally, the defense gets a little stroke of luck. They have to punt it away. And there they go. Tavon Austin back to receive the punt. And he breaks down the sideline. Jukes spins off 2 people. And down at the 48-yard line. A nice return from Tavon Austin. Both Todd Gurley and Tyler Higbee in the backfield. And Todd Gurley actually a receiver. More yards receiving for him. That he's a very versatile halfback. He can receive or he can just run the ball. He's a great running. And there goes Tavon Austin. Tavon Austin, our most productive person in this game. You would think it would be Kenny Britt. Kenny Britt's fast. He's a little on the older side though, but Tavon Austin is taking advantage of that. He's trying to get that get noticed, get more money come contract time. Because the receiver who has the most yardage gets the most money come contract time. He's going to be able to brag about that to his friends. Oh, and almost a interception there. He had gone up with both hands. But it does not succeed. And here goes Todd Gurley alone in the backfield this time. And a nice screen pass, but there's no blocking on the edge, and that is one of the and they have to go for it actually on 4th down, but that is one of the biggest things we're going to need going into the draft this year is offensive line, and a nice truck by Tyler Higbee. He needed the yards, and he was going to get the yards right there. A nice truck, and here comes 1st down after that. And the rush gets there. Our offensive line again holding for half a second. Not long enough for any quarterback to throw the ball. He needs at least 3 seconds, but he did not have that. He had about 0 seconds, and a nice pass. Kenny Britt saying, "Nuh-uh, Tavon Austin. I'm going to get noticed as well." And our first touchdown on the day. The kick is finally good. He finally makes a kick. And there we go. Kicking the ball off. We just have to make a stop on defense, and we're back in this game. And no! Down the sideline. The Seahawks say, "You say touchdown, I raise you a kickoff return touchdown." A 99-yard return. And the Rams have to time out to take a second to process that. And a field goal, and it's good. The score is now 13-30. And the Rams are trying to replicate that, and they do not. There's no blocking on the end. Again, our blocking is our main concern. It's just no one's holding their blocks long enough for anybody to make plays, and that's what's causing most of our troubles. We have a great skill players. All of our skill players are very talented. It's just the skill players can't do what they're paid to do if the quarterback doesn't have enough time to throw, in the case of our wide receivers, or the running back doesn't have any space to run, in the case of Todd Gurley. And there goes a 1st down conversion on 2nd and 4. Screen pass has been one of our most go-to moves, because you're getting the ball in wide open space, and Todd Gurley, the blocker, does not go out there and block, and Todd Gurley does not have room to run. Score is still 30-13. If we need this, we need to score to try to get back in this game, or most likely we've already lost this game. We're trying to get something to come out of the game, something good. And Casey Keenum's gonna make that himself. Finally has enough blocking, but this time the secondary blocks down. There's no one open. And Casey Keenum's first to run, and he does pick up the 1st down. And now, two wide open receivers, but there's no blocking. See, when there's no blocking, then the receivers are open, and when there is blocking, then no one's open. So that's our problem. It's mainly blocking, though, because if we have blocking on every play, on those plays that those receivers are open, we would be able to throw it to them, but we don't. We never have enough blocking. Our blockers hold for like half a second. So that's what we're going into the draft looking for offensive line. That's it. We don't need anything else but offensive line. So I wouldn't be surprised if we use all 7 picks on the offensive line. Well, not all 7. We're going to use it. At most, we're going to use 5. And we're going to probably have more picks coming into this draft, actually, because we're trading away people. We're making moves, trying to trade up, trade down, get more picks. So, and we need to convert on this. 4th and 18. Can we do it? Throws it deep, and Brian Quick makes the catch. Brian Quick a little quiet this game. A little quiet. But to his namesake, he makes a quick 1st down. And now, 1st and 10. Casey Keenum rolls out, throws the ball into double coverage, because that's all he can do. Because those were when the times where there was all the blocking and none of the open receivers. And now, dropping back, and again, no blocking. Forced to throw the ball under pressure where there was a wide open receiver, and he does not convert. 3rd and 10. 2 more plays we have to try to score and get something, but no blocking. He gets sacked. 4th down. 1 more shot. Can we do it? Can the Rams finally do it? Get at least something to come away from this game. And no. The pressure gets there, and that will write an end to this ball game. The final score, 30-13. Casey Keenum having an average game. A lot of yards, but only 1 touchdown. Todd Gurley, 23 yards, 2.3 average. Receiving yards wise, Kenny Britt had the most, followed by Brian Quick and Tavon Austin. Tavon Austin had the bigger plays, while Kenny Britt had the most yards. And the most sacks were allowed by Greg Robinson, then Tim Barnes, Jeff Schwartz, and Isaiah Battle. Defensively, the tackles, Alec Ogletree is an amazing player. Nate Irving, Mike Neal, all great players. We had no interceptions. Sacks-wise, we had 2, 1 by Alec Ogletree. And kicking, 2 field goals made out of 4 attempts. The longest field goal was a 53-yarder. We made all extra points, though, which was good. We only had one touchback and 1 punt inside the 20. That was that 80-something yard punt. We're facing the Buccaneers next week, who have Alex Smith and Jameel McClain out for the next game. And with that wise, actually, the Buccaneers, their starters are Jameis Winston, Doug Martin, with Jaquez Watchers backing him up, James Casey with Luke Stocker, Mike Evans with Vincent Jackson, Cameron Brate, a great tight end, backing him up with Brandon Myers. Donovan Smith is their offensive line. The offensive line is actually a little weak, so that might be good for us. William Golston, Robert Ayers Jr., Gerald McCloy. Thank you guys so much for watching. You can see these great, not good players actually, not really good players. So that might be good for us. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, leave a like down below, comment, and subscribe if you are new. And remember to stay frosty. Peace.